Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we have a new album review of Herman Frank's Two for a Lie that came out on May 21st through AFM Records. It's been sitting on my to-do list and I finally had a chance to really sit down and listen to it. I tried to before, but there was a lot of different things going on in it and I really needed to find some space to really pay attention to what was going on. So let's get into what this album is about and the direction it kind of took. So there's 10 tracks. It's a full play album. It starts out super heavy with the first track, Teutonic Order. And at first I thought it was going to be like this speed thrash, but then it toned down to this more rhythmic style rock sound. It still had some power in the speed, but it was really not where it started. So a little bit confusing, but to say the least, yeah, confusing. And as it transitions into the next couple of tracks, Venom and then Hate, those two tracks were really heavy. They seem to make sense. I really liked what they were doing with it. And of course, the vocalist on this is Rick Altezi, and I love his voice. He's got this grit to it that you don't get in a lot of vocalists, and he's just got this natural to his voice that brings in not only that empowering kind of feel, the power feel to it, it's the rhythmic. He does really well with like the rhythmic melodic stuff, and I know this for a fact because of his work with Gathering of Kings. They are melodic. There is no thrash or heavy metal in that project at all, so I've seen the more tender side of his vocals in that melodic style. So it's a little different getting him with this project because this feels more like it's like a thrash heavy metal style album, but then it still throws in some odd space for a real tone down to that rhythmic feel. You know, while I say that, you're going to have some really good like trigger tempo style drumming. There's a huge drum infusion on the track Stand Up and Fight that I love because it kind of like opened like the space, like if you're at a show and the drummer starts doing his thing like for his solo, it kind of felt like this almost like his solo space for a good maybe 20-30 seconds in the beginning of the song. So that was a lot of fun. A great track for the drums. You know, the bass is there, it's powerful, you can really hear it pounding through. When it comes to the guitars, what I loved on this album that worked was the different stylings that were used. You know, it's a thrash, so you've got, of course, you've got the chugging style of guitar. You can hear it in the shred, the power shred, the power, but you've also got these great spots through all of this where the tones down and the guitars are really clean. And while they're just in that power phase, they've got great bends, and then they're going to have some really fun vibrato that also sparks off into these really great killer solos. So I think that that part was really well done. I can't argue at all with the music or anything on it. I just think that the styling, how it all came together, didn't necessarily always work like I would expect. I would say like with the song Hail the New Kings, it's like Altezi's vocals just kind of got swallowed under the music, and it wasn't at the same, his vocals weren't at the same level as the music. So I felt a little like it could have been pulled up just a little bit and it would have matched the tone of the song. All in all, though, I think it's a really good album. There's a lot going on. Like I said, it's going to leave you maybe a little confused in the space because of the different styles that are going on. I mean, there's a bunch of different styles of rock and metal going on in here that you don't get normally in one album. So I like that there's this progressive feel to it and the experimentation of putting out the style that was there, because, you know, Herman Frank has had his hands involved in a lot of things over the years. He knows what he's doing. So I think it's cool that it's his style, his infusion, his touch. And if someone's going to be able to pull it off, he will be able to do that. I just wish there would have been a little bit more cohesion in the album, in the tracks, just to make it a little stronger of a feel. But I still think it's a good album. You guys definitely should check it out. You know, it's a solid release to AFM Records. You guys go check it out. Again, it's Herman Frank, Two for a Lie, AFM Records. You guys can find it everywhere now. Stream it, buy it, go pay some attention to it. You know, you're going to have some fun. You're going to hear some stuff that's really going to rally you up. And I don't think you could go wrong if you're looking for that power shred. So yeah, definitely a good album. Guys, see you next time.